Yeah, I really like how this one came out. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Barbados Black. We just finished the Toadstool painting. I'm gonna call it the Council of Toadstools. I want to go ahead and probably add some stars, some clouds, and some more stuff, but I'm just about finished, so this is pretty much the ending. So I'm gonna see you guys in a minute. It's Barbados Black. Make sure you guys like, follow, and subscribe. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you guys in a second.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning, grand rising, good afternoon, whatever your vibe is. I hope your day's going well. I wanted to come to you guys with this new painting I'm calling the Council of Toadstool. I really like this one. I wanted to do like a mystical vibe played on like the Toadstool that we've seen in the Mario movie. I had just watched it again recently, and I just was kind of feeling the vibe. I just wanted to do something that would be fun and a little bit different from what I usually do, just some cartoon characters type stuff. I started this one off with just doing some of the flats. I took some white, yellow, orange, and different browns to make this beige, and I used varying levels of blues and browns and purples to try to get the shading undertones. Right now you see me doing the flat. I wanted to have this one have more of a base. The other ones I just went in with the color that I made for it, like the straight base of beige. But with this one I started with a deeper, darker base because I wanted this to be the focal point. So I thought having an underpainting for this one and then going back over top of it with the colors that I wanted would really help this one stand out from the other ones, whereas I just went straight onto this canvas without even having, like the underpainting under there. So I wanted to see how that played out. I wanted to use this painting to kind of try out some of the new skills that I was learning. I had recently did a mural. I haven't showed you guys just yet, but I got to work with Kyle Holbrook on a mural for the NBA for the Cleveland Clips, and it was pretty crazy. It was actually pretty dope, but it was like super hot outside, so I'll have the process of that coming for you guys pretty soon. But like I said, so with this one I wanted to try some of those techniques that I've seen and learned there. Like you see right here, I'm trying out different blending. I learned where if you just go back over the brush over the paint with the brush with some water, you can tend to blend out, and I was trying that technique out. And then I wanted to really try out some line art, so I bought some new brushes actually, so you'll pretty much see me try those later on, not in this particular painting, probably the next painting that I show you. But I wanted to try to use some more of my finer brushes to try to get some of the finer details, but not keep this painting super tight, but still achieve what I usually achieve, a more graphic look. So this look here, you'll see me going over the mouth, and you see me doing some of the initial details in purple because, like I said, I wanted to have some of the underpainting and have different values established in there, so it wouldn't be a straight black. I actually don't use a straight black in this particular painting. It's a black mixed with blues and a lot of purple. Right now you see me going in still with the purple underpainting color that I was using for some of the line art. I wanted to try to get some of that blocked off so that way I can kind of see what it would look like ahead of time to kind of let myself visualize how it would look with the line art. And then right now I'm going over the flowers, and I wanted to do some of the Mario flowers, they give power-ups, but I wanted to do some of the different ones I saw that would be in different games. A lot of the color scheme I wanted to use for this one was more of like a blue and purple, like I said, more of a space theme. So I really wanted to use some of those flowers that had some of those colors to really match that, and I knew where I was going to take the background with that. So I feel like these flowers ended up really complementing the background, and you'll see that coming pretty soon. Like I said, and I used a little bit of contrasting colors, but I didn't want to go too far out of the color scheme, so I used a little more of like a red violet to break up the purplish pink color that I had there in the lilac color. And I was really trying to get used to using this round brush. A lot of times for the previous paintings I started to use more of a flatter brush, but I want to try to expand how to use each brush and just learn how I use the brushes. And with this particular one, I wanted to use more of the round brush and the line art brushes to try to further improve my detail skills. Like I said, this wasn't the most detailed detailed painting, but I felt like using these brushes for this particular painting was going to help me improve my brush strokes and help me get my line weight together a bit more, just to achieve more of the look that I'm able to do, that I'm used to doing graphics or with markers. I'm trying to learn how to still do that with acrylics a little bit, and I feel like this painting was one of those times where I just wanted to not have any really expectations for it and really just allow myself to do something that I thought was fun, something that I did in my sketchbook, and just was like, hey, let's transfer this one to acrylic. And right here is when I finally start into the background and actually seeing how I want to go. Sometimes I'll do the background first and then I'll work on the characters, but with this one I just wanted to kind of have fun with it, and I said I'll start with the characters and then I'll work on the background a bit later so I can decide what color I wanted to go. And I end up going with these deeper violets and lilac colors, like I said, to kind of mirror the flowers but just have it a bit deeper in tone. That way it would push the colors further into the background and push the characters further forward.
Hey, what's up everybody? How you feeling? I hope you're feeling pretty good. So I just finished up most of the painting so far. I have to kind of edit up the background. I want to do some more details with other parts as well. So primarily we have a few more things to work on, but the painting is essentially done. So I can't wait to show it to you. We're about to get right into it. Like, I'm really excited. I know my voice sounds crazy. I had 2 performances back to back, so my voice is kind of but let's get into the rest of this painting. Like I said, this is going to be called The Council of the Toadstool. Y'all know I love the Mario movie. I love Mario in general, even though I'm a PlayStation guy. So let's get into it. So we're just about finished. I want to redo, like I said, different parts of the background. I want to blend it in a bit more, add a bit more things to make it a bit more galaxy themed oriented. Then I think I want to do some more details with the toadstools. Not too crazy, but you know, like I said, just some more stuff just to really make it pop a little bit more. Then we're going to have to go in and do a little bit of the line art I want to try out for this one. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm pretty excited to get this one started, or finished rather. But let's get back into this and then we'll get back in and check with you guys later. Let's get started.
So after I took a little bit of a break from this painting for a little bit to let my eyes rest and just to see how it looked, I said, okay, let's go back in and let's add some more of the details. So I got my detail brush and I went back in with some of the darker teal colors and turquoise, and I said, let's do some things in the background. A lot of my space paintings or backgrounds, I like to have these strokes or streams, and I'm not sure what they call them yet. I need to go look and see what the scientific term is for those, but something in space that I've seen in different paintings. It might be like the aurora borealis that we see, something like that, I think. And I'll add some of those, and then I'll add highlights and underpaintings to that to try to make those pop out and add things that I feel like will really give life to the background, because I don't want to have the background just be one color. I tend to like to have elements that really create a world and a universe of its own. And like I said, as you see me now going in with that black blue mixture that I told you about that I made earlier, I'm going in now and adding some of those details. I wanted to wait until the end of the painting to make sure that it could stand on its own with the color, and I feel like it could. So then I felt like at that point I was okay to add the line art, because in a lot of the paintings I do, I don't typically add line art, or if I do, it's not really heavily black line art like in a lot of the artwork that I used to do or that I do traditionally. I like to do a lot of inking. I like to use microns. I like to use brush pens. Even in my logo artwork that I do, a lot of that actually is heavily relying on line art. So you know, I'm used to doing that, and so I wanted to try something more graphic with this one, like I said, and I wanted to try a thick, bold black line. And I have some of those paint markers. I have some Posca pens and I have some other ones, but I didn't want to use those on this one. I wanted to try to force myself to use this, because when I tend to varnish the paintings, a lot of times I feel like those paint markers tend to bleed a bit, so I did not use those for this, because I actually want to varnish this. I like varnishing paintings. I like when it has the gloss on there, so I just ended up not using those on this one. But I think the next painting I might allow myself to use those just to see how it turns out for an alternative. But I didn't want to block off everything with the line art for this one. Instead, I just wanted to do like the outline and just do a thick, like cartoon bold black outline. And pretty soon you'll see me go back over some of those, because I felt like some of them were too thick, and you'll see me go back over that with some color. And that way I'll tame the black line back and then still get to put in some elements, because I like the background, but I still wanted to add in some other parts to the background to really tie the whole piece together. And right around this point is when I actually started really feeling like, okay, this painting's coming together. I was really liking how it was coming out, but this is when I finally was starting to see the finish line. You know, I was starting to have the eye of the tiger moment. At this particular time, I was like, okay, now I see what I was seeing in my head. I see what I was seeing in my sketchbook. It's really coming together. I went back in and added some details. I wanted to make certain parts more 3D. I got more comfortable with just saying, you know, you're using black. You don't usually get to use a deeper black on these, so just have fun with it. And just, if you mess up or if you do anything wrong, you can always go back over with paint. That's one of the things I like about acrylics. Once the paint dries, you can just go back over and fix anything that you want to fix, and you can always do something different. I think that's really different for me, because a lot of the artwork I tend to do tends to feel more permanent, and I feel like acrylics, while something is permanent, you can always just go back over it with something else and change it. And I think that's like super crazy. I really like how that effect works, and you see me here going over a lot of that stuff right now. So face a little bit more than just stuff on there with the black. So I'm trying to figure out how to get those different tones and textures how I usually do, and I'm not afraid to use different colors of different textures or different temperatures to really try to give the idea that I wanted to illustrate for the painting of things that I like to do, because I don't like for all the colors to necessarily be exactly the same. I like to have different color hues and values. So I really liked how this one really came out with the different browns that I just added, and then going back over a lot of this with the black. That was really like I said, this is really what I liked about it, as you see here with the eyes, because I feel like every time that I got to add the eyes, and I got to add the eyebrows, and then I got to add like the expression on the face, I really feel like, okay, now it's a character, you know, now it feels a lot of like looking at the characters now. They each have their own expression, they each have their own moment, and I think they each have like their own energy, and I really like that about them. That's why I wanted them to be the council of toads. I didn't want everybody to be the same. I want everybody to have their own like theme and their own moment. And so right here, you see me going over a lot of things that I already did. I just want to finalize the details. I went in with a white mixture, and I really wanted to add just a little bit of pop on the mouth, a little bit of pops on the eyes, just to give some life to the painting.
Hey, what's up? We are back. I am just about finished with this. I went in, I did the details. As you can see, I added some highlights around the toad's head. I did some of the facial features on the flowers. I think I might go back and make some of these blacks a little bit more black on these eyes. Just tighten it up just a little bit, but I really like how the background came out. I like the yellow cloud burst back here. I think I might try to add some more pink clouds that I had. I really do like the colors. I like how everything came out. So like I said, pretty soon I'll be pretty much done and with the varnishing. So let's get back into it, and then we'll be just about done. What you guys think? You like this one? Because I like it. All right, let's get into it.